Adolescence often begins with a sense that your body has suddenly become unfamiliar. Clothes you wore last month no longer fit, your skin reacts to everything, and your voice might crack in the middle of a sentence without warning. I grew 2 inches over the summer, and I feel like I'm still learning how to walk. Sometimes I just feel incredibly frustrated, and I can't even point to why. This phase is marked by a measurable physical milestone, the growth spurt. Your long bones in the arms and legs are rapidly elongating, leading to a sudden and dramatic increase in height. Other secondary sexual characteristics emerge simultaneously. In boys, the larynx, or voice box, enlarges, creating the visible Adam's apple and deepening the voice. For everyone, sebaceous glands become overactive, producing excess oil that can clog pores and lead to acne, while new hair appears in the armpits and pubic regions. Because your specific development schedule is dictated by a combination of genetics and environment, these changes happen at different times for everyone. A varied timeline is a standard biological feature of this age, so developing later than your peers is not a sign of falling behind. While the changes are visible on the outside, the actual instructions are coming from the endocrine system, your body's internal control network. The process begins in the brain, signaling the pituitary gland to release chemical messengers called hormones. These travel through the bloodstream to reproductive organs. When they arrive, they trigger sex hormones, testosterone in males, estrogen in females, the specific drivers for the physical traits of puberty. These hormones are preparing your body for reproductive capability. This marks the beginning of sperm production in boys and the onset of the menstrual cycle, or menarche, in girls. Clumsiness and sudden breakouts are the physical indicators of a highly coordinated biological update. Your body is physically restructuring itself for adulthood. Hormones cross the blood-brain barrier, restructuring the neural pathways responsible for processing emotion. This shift leads to intense feelings, heightened sensitivity, and frequent mood swings. Priorities shift from childhood dependence toward personal autonomy. The importance of peer acceptance and group identity now becomes a central focus of your daily life. This focus on group belonging makes adolescents highly susceptible to peer pressure. The desire to fit in can sometimes override logical decision-making, increasing the likelihood of risk-taking behaviors. Emotional volatility is a necessary part of the developmental process. It is the phase required to move away from childhood and establish a unique, independent adult identity. Now that your body's systems have updated, you are responsible for a new set of maintenance protocols. This chart shows the fuel required for rapid growth. To build bone and muscle mass, your body needs a high proportion of proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Processed, high-sugar snacks lack these building blocks and can lead to energy crashes and long-term health issues. Physical activity serves 2 roles. It builds the stamina your growing body requires and releases endorphins that help regulate hormonal mood swings and reduce stress. Upgraded personal hygiene is equally critical. Managing increased sweat production helps prevent skin infections, and for girls, utilizing safe, hygienic menstrual products and disposing of them properly is essential for maintaining reproductive health. Taking active control over your own diet, exercise, and hygiene is your first practical experience of adult independence. You must also defend your system against external social threats, starting with the digital environment. Cyberbullying, harassment through teasing or spreading rumors online, can have a severe impact on your mental health and confidence. Defending yourself online means strictly protecting your privacy, reporting and blocking accounts that cause harm, and being willing to step away from digital platforms when they become toxic. Outside the digital world, substance abuse remains a significant threat. While peer pressure may try to convince you that using tobacco, alcohol, or drugs is a way to belong, these substances carry long-term health risks that remain unchanged by social trends. Choosing these substances for a temporary sense of acceptance can result in permanent damage. Tobacco and drugs physically degrade your developing organs, specifically the lungs and the liver. When a situation feels overwhelming, you can engage your support network, trusted adults, school counselors, or the National De-Addiction Helpline at 14446. Adolescence is a temporary bridge to adulthood. Successfully crossing it means having the confidence to say no to harm and the maturity to ask for help when the path becomes difficult.